Hello everyone, my name is Naina Sharma from Kendriya Vidyalaya Tibri Kent Gurdaspur. Welcome in class 11th. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 4. The name of chapter is Origin of Continents and Oceans. In this chapter we have taken the topic plate boundaries. With the help of this video, we will try to discuss the various plate boundaries. So, let us understand what is plate tectonics and what are plates. Plate tectonic is a theory that Earth's outer shell is divided into several plates that glides over the mantle and rocky inner layer above the core. This theory was firstly introduced by the Mackenzie, Parker and Morgan in 1967. The plates act like a hard and rigid shell compared to the Earth's mantle. The strong outer layer is called the lithosphere. The Earth's lithosphere is divided into many plates. These plates always move horizontally over the asthenosphere. Average thickness is about 100 km of the oceanic part and about 200 km of the continental part. The largest oceanic plate is Pacific plate and the largest continental plate is Eurasian plate. There are 7 major plates and many minor plates. Approximately 20 minor plates are there. Plate boundaries, types of plate boundaries. There are 3 types of plate boundaries. First one is divergent boundaries. Divergent boundaries. These boundaries are constructive plate margins. These divergent boundaries are constructive plate margins. When two plates move away from each other, cracks develop between them. The molten lava from the asthenosphere comes out from these cracks to the surface of the earth. Continuously and after solidification forms a new crust. Hence, such plates boundaries are called constructive plate margins. And the plates are termed as divergent plates. The divergence brings into two results: the formation of new crust and the formation of submarine mountains or ridges under the water. The formation of mountains or ridges. To understand this, let us watch a video.
Divergent plate boundaries occur where huge tectonic plates move away from one another. This occurs above rising convection currents. The rising magma pushes up on the bottom of the lithosphere and flows laterally beneath it. This lateral flow causes the plates to move in the direction of the flow. At the plate boundary, the two plates move in opposite directions. Divergent boundaries are constructive boundaries because new crust is formed. As the plates move apart, molten magma fills in the gap and creates new crust. If you look at the map of the major tectonic plates, you can see several divergent plate boundaries. There are 2 major types of divergent boundaries: continental and continental lithosphere, and oceanic lithosphere. Oceanic and oceanic divergent boundaries occur where 2 oceanic plates move away from one another. This is where seafloor spreading takes place. The most common example is the mid-ocean ridge, which stretches around the world. The mid-ocean ridge can be seen here in red. Divergent boundaries are constructive boundaries because the rising magma creates new oceanic crust and lithosphere. The mid-ocean ridge runs right through Iceland. Here's what it looks like on land. Continental and continental divergent boundaries occur when two plates of continental lithosphere move away from one another. As the magma rises, new lithosphere is created. The East African Rift Valley was created when continental and continental divergent boundaries moved away from each other. The Red Sea is another example. The Red Sea was formed by the divergence between the African plate and the Arabian plate. The rift transitioned eventually from a continental and continental to a continental and oceanic plate boundary.
Next plate boundary is convergent boundaries. These plates are when two plates collide with each other, the denser plate will subduct under the lighter one. The reason where this subduction takes place is called Vennehoff. Zone. It's called Vennehoff zone. This plate margin is also known as consuming plate margin. The subducting plate is lost in the mantle. It is also called the convergent plate margins as two plates converge here. The convergent plates interact with each other in three ways: between an oceanic and continental plate, between two oceanic plates, and between two continental plates. Continental plate will collide. One continental plate and one oceanic plate can collide, and one oceanic plate will collide with the oceanic plates. So these are the three ways through which the convergent plates interact with each other. So let us watch a video to understand this.
When two plates collide, there are three major types. First is continental to continental. This occurs when two plates of continental crust collide. They buckle and thicken, and this causes mountains to form. Next, you have continental to ocean collisions. When a plate of ocean crust collides with a plate of continental crust, the ocean crust is more thick and subducts or goes underneath the continental crust. The magma from the melted oceanic crust rises to the surface, and this results in volcanoes along the boundary. Ocean to ocean collisions occur when two plates of oceanic crust collide. The older, more dense plate subducts under the younger plate, and as a result, the crust melts and creates an island arc. Next, you have divergent.
And the last one is transform boundaries. Transform boundaries, where the crust is neither produced nor destroyed as the plates slide horizontally past each other. Transform faults are the planes of separation generally perpendicular to the mid-oceanic ridges like this, where two plates slide horizontally past each other. Parallel plates, as they slide past each other along a common boundary, do not create new crust or destroy the old one. As the eruption do not take all along the entire crest, at the same time there is a differential movement of a portion of the plate away from the axis of the earth. Let us watch a video to better understand of it.
Finally, transform boundaries occur where two plates move past each other. horizontally. When the plates move next to each other, they do not go along smoothly. Instead, they scrape each other in a series of sudden slippages of crustal rock, and these can be felt as earthquakes. Unlike the other types of boundaries, transform boundaries generally do not produce magma. The San Andreas Fault in California is a major transform boundary. So there we go, 3 types of plate boundaries: convergent, divergent, and transform.
This is all about the plate boundaries. Thank you very much.